La Yashala. Adajim, which means to stand. Wapunya Akodun, which means to rise and face the east. All right. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Gudash, Hayah, Shemka, Salakia. Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatha, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathanlanawa, Lacham, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawafnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawafinawa, Wala'ah, Tabe'anawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Awashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Allah, Hataparak, Awalamia, Maman, in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, so be it. Hakak, the prayer for the power in Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Baba Kushah, Nathalanawa, Hakak, La'arpa'ah, Kal Makala, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, Tahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakwim, Hamathium, Hakak, Arakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagarashan, Ba'ashim Yahushua, the Wadaman in English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. The prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Wayashala, Wa'ah, Bayah, Saparian, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, Ba'ashim Yahushua, for Wadaman. What we just said was Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So like Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel in the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha, Ayanya, Aharia, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shavamar, Yashala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yanyanka, Yamamam, Hashamash, La'ai, Yakaka, Wayarach, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Ra, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazafka, Wabaaka, Ma'ithel, Wa'ai, Awalam, Aman. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even forevermore, so be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Adam Yalaka, Alta Harash, Alta Shakwat, Al, Kayahana, Wayabika, Yahami one, Wamashanayaka, Nashawa, Ra'ash, Alamaka, Yariyamwa, Sawad, Wayafei Tazawa, Altazapwanika, Amrawa, Lakawa, Wanakakida, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shem Yashala, Aiwad, Kaya, Nawa Tazawa, Lab, Yakadwa, Alika, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Ahawya, Adawam, Wayashama Alia, Mawaba, Wahagarium, Gabar, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palashath, Aim Yashabia, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zerawai, Labani Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadian, Kasayasara, Kayabdian, Banakal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayanda Ara, Hayawa, Daman, Adama, Shayathamwa, Nadayatmawa, Ka'ira, Wakazaba, Wakazabach, Wakatazalmanai, Kana Sayakamwa, Ashar, Amrawa, Nayarashad, Lanawa, Ath, Naawath, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayathamwa, Kagaga, Kakwash, Lapani Raka, Ka'ash, the Ba'ira, Wakalahaba, the Lahat, Haryam, Khan, the Radatma, Basairika, Wabaso Pathka, the Bahalam, Malaa, Panyam, Kwalawan, Waya Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Waya Bahalwa, Ayai, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Badwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahweh, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al, Kal, Harataza, Aman. In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. As also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin at the brook of Kasan. which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeb, yea, all their princes, as Abad and as Amunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high of all the earth. So be it. The prayer for the blessings of the power structure in Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shai, wa Amayaka Allah, wa Alahayim, Matazabia, Alawapihana, ha Alawapim, ha Saranyim, ha Kwatazayanyim, ha Kalayayim. Wahak Wafin, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the water I'm on in English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding general Yahweh, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Sar, which means to turn. Yeshabi, which means to be seated. All right, go ahead, clap it up. All right, we're in Genesis. Salaki. All right, we're in Genesis chapter 23, verse 17. I'm going to start reading in Hebrew. Just give me 1 second. All right. Genesis chapter 23, verse 17. Let's go back. All right. Wayaquam Shaddai. Aparan, Ashar, Bamakapala, Ashar, Napunya, Mamara'ah, Hashadai, Wahamaira, Ashar, Bawa, Wakal, Ha'aitaza, Ashar, Bashada, Ashar, Bakal. Make sure y'all can still see me. Bakal, Gabalwa. Gabalwa, Sabia. Verse 18. La Abraham, so like La Abraham, La Makwana, La Ayana, Salakia, La Ayanaya, La Yanaya, yeah, La Yanawa, yeah, La Ayana, Banya, Chath, Kabal, Ba'aya, Sha'ir, Ayarawa. All right, verse 19. Karya, Khan, Kwabar, Abraham, Ath, Shara, Ashathwa, Al, Myrath, Shaddai, Hamakapala, Al, Panya, Mamra'ah, Hawa'ah, Kara'ah, Kabarawan, Baratazah, Kanine. Verse 20. Wayaquam, Hashadah, Wahama'ira, Ashar, Bawa, La Abraham, La'achazath, Kwabar, Ma'ath, Banya, Kath. Genesis chapter 24 and verse 1. Wa Abraham, Zaquan, Ba'a, Bayamyam, Wayahawa, Barak, Ath, Abraham, Bakal. Verse 2. Wayamar, Abraham, Al, Ibadwa, Zaquan, Bayathwa, Hamashal, Bakal, Ashar, Loa, Shayam, Na'ah, Yadak, Fachath, Yerakia. Verse 3. Wa'ashab Ya'ik, Bayahawa, Alahaya, Hashamyam, Wa'alahaya, Ha'aratazah, Ashar, La'ah, Fiqwath, Ashah, Labanya, Mabanawath, Hakananya, Ashar, Anakia, Yawashab, Bakura, let's see, Kurabwa, Bakurabwa. All right. All right, let's read it in English. Genesis 23, verse 17. Let's see here. So, like you, bro, with me. Genesis chapter 23, verse 17 in the English. And the field of Ephron, which was in, make sure if y'all can't see me, let me know. Somebody let me know if you can't see me. I'm going to try to maneuver this camera down. All right. Verse 17, in the field of Ephron, which was in Machpelah, which was before Mamre, the field and the cave which was therein, and all the trees that were in the field, that were in all the borders round about, were made sure. So like it, verse 18, unto Abraham for possession, and the presence of the children of Heth, before all that went in the gate of his city. Verse 19, and after this, Abraham buried Sarah his wife in the cave of the field of Machpelah, before Mamre. The same is Hebron in the land of Canaan. Verse 20, and the field and the cave that is therein were made sure unto Abraham for a possession of a burying place by the sons of Heth. Chapter 24, verse 1. And Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and the Most High had blessed Abraham in all things. Verse 2, and Abraham said unto his eldest servant of his house that ruled over all that he had, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh. Verse 3, and I will make thee swear by the Most High, the power of heaven and the power of the earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, among whom I dwell. All right. So remember, shaking this table still. So remember, miscegenation or interracial marriage is a terrible thing that directly affects the nation of Israel. And Abraham knew this. This is way before Moses came along. And they knew the laws of God. Why? Because it was passed down through traditions. And you knew from your father teaching you that marrying outside of your race was a grave sin, something terrible to do. Everyone understand? All right, let's go to Genesis chapter 24, verse 4 in the Hebrew. Kaya al, Aratazaya, Aratazaya, Wa'al, Mawaladathia, Thalad, Salakia, Thalak, Walakukath, Asha, Labanya, Layatazakah. All right, verse 5. Weamar, Aliwa, Salakia, Aliwa, Haibad, Hawalia, La'ah, Tha'abah, Ha'ash, Lalakath, Acharya, Al, Ha'aratazah, Haza'ath, Hahashab, Ashayab, Ath, Banak, Al, Ha'aratazah, Ashar, Yataza'ath, Masham, verse 6. Wayamar, Aliwa, Abraham, Hashemar, Salakia, Hashemar, Lak, Pan, Thashayab, Ath, Banya, Shema, verse 7. Yahweh, Alahaya, Hashamyam, Ashar, Lachwaknaya, Mabayath, Abiyah, Wamaratazah, Mawaladathia, Wa'ashar, Debar, Layah, Wa'ashar, Nashabai, Layah, La'amar, Lazaraik, Athan, Ath, Ha'aratazah, Haza'ath, Hawa'ah, Yashalach, Salakia, Mala'akwa, Lapunyak, Walakwakath, Ashah, Labunya, Masham, verse 8. Wa'am, La'ah, Tha'abah, Ha'ashah, Lalakath, Acharyak, Wanakwayath, Masha Baithia, Za'ath, Rach, Ath, Banya, La'ah, Tashab, Shema, verse 9. Wayasham, Salakia, Wayasham, Haibad, Ath, Yadwa, Thachath, Yorak, Abraham, Adunyua, Waya Shabai, Lawa, Al, Hadabar, Hazaha. Verse 10. Waya Huach, Haibad, Aishara, Gamalium, Magamalia, Adunyua, Wayalad, Wayalak, Wakal, Tawab, Adunyua, Bayad, Bayad, Bayadwa, Wayaquam, Wayalak, Al, Aram, Naharium, Al, Ayar, Nachawar. All right. This is Genesis chapter 24, verse 4. But thou shalt go unto my country and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son Isaac. Verse 5. And the servant said unto him, Peradventure the woman will not be willing to follow me into this land. Must I needs bring thy son again unto the land from whence thou camest? Verse 6. And Abraham said unto him, Beware thou that thou bring my son thither again. The most high power of heaven, which took me from my father's house and from the land of my kindred, and which spake unto me, and that sware unto me, saying, Unto thy seed will I give this land. He shall send his angel before thee, and thou shalt take a wife unto my son from thence. Verse 8. And if the woman will not be willing to follow thee, then thou shalt be clear from this my oath. Only bring not my son thither again. Verse 9. And the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham his master, and sware to him concerning that matter. Verse 10. And the servant took 10 camels of the camels of his master, and departed. For all the goods of his master were in his hand. And he arose and went to Mesopotamia, unto the city of Nahor. All right. Genesis chapter 24 and verse 11. Where Barak, Hagamalium, Machawataza, La'ir, Al, Ba'ar, Hamayam, La'ith, Irab, La'ith, Tazaath, Hashabath, verse 12. Where Amar, Yahweh, Alahaya, Adanya, Abraham, Hakwar, Na'ah, Lepunya, Hayawam, Wa'isha, Chasad, Ain. Yeah, that's Ain, Adanya, Abraham, 13. Hana, Anakia, Natazab, Al, Ayan, Hamayam, Wabanawath, Anashia, Hayar, Yatazaath, Lasha'ab, Mayam. Verse 14. Salakia. I stopped at 10, okay. Salakia. Verse 14. Wahaya, Hanair, Ashar, Amar, Aliyah, Hatya, Na'ah, Kadak, Wa'ashath, Wa'amara, Shatha, Wagum, Gamalyak, Ashaqua, Atha, Hakakath, Laibadak, Layatazakach, Waba, Adai, Kaya, Aishayath, Chasad, Ain, Adanya, verse 15. Wayahya, Hawa'ah, Taram, Kala, Ladabar, Wahana, Rabakwa, Yatazaath, Ashar, Yalada, Labathwaal, Bun, Malakah, Ashath, Nachawar, Achia, Abraham, Wakadai Al, Shakama. Verse 16. Wahanair, Tabath, Mara'ah, Ma'ad, Bathawala, Wa'ayash, La'ah, Yadai, Watharad, Ha'ayana, Wathamala'a, Kada, Wathaal. Verse 17. We'arach, I'm Salakia. We'arataza, Ha'ibad, Lakwa'atha, We'amar, Hagamaya, Gamaya, Ayanya, Hagamaya, Gamai, Gamaya Ayanya, Gamaya Ayanya, Hagamaya Ayay, Hagamaya Ayanay, Gamaya Ayanaya, Gamaya Yanaya, Gamaya Ayanaya. It's a tongue twister, Salakia. Hagamaya Ayanaya, Na'a, Ma'ait, Mayum, Makadak. All right. This is Genesis chapter 24 and verse 11. And he made his camels to kneel down without the city by a well of water at the time of the evening, even the time that women go out to draw water. Verse 12. And he said, O most high power of my master Abraham, I pray thee, send me good speed this day, and show kindness unto my master Abraham. Verse 13, behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water. And let it come to pass that the damsel to whom I shall say, let down thy pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink. And she shall say, drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac. And thereby shall I know that thou hast showed kindness unto my master. Salakia. Verse 15, and it came to pass, before he had done speaking that, behold, Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder. Verse 16, and the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her. And she went down to the well, and filled her pitcher, and came up. Well, 17, verse 17. And the servant ran to meet her and said, let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy pitcher. So his servant, Abraham's servant, is of course going out to fetch his son a wife. And this is what Abraham told his servant. Unto any other nation outside of my family, do not choose a wife for my son. Once again, interracial marriage, or what's known as miscegenation, that is something that is so, it is a disgusting act. It's a sin, but it is just so disgusting. Why? Because you destroy your nation. You destroy your nation with marrying outside of your race. Abraham understood this, of course, because he was a brother who was raised under the Adamites. So he had the knowledge and wisdom that Adam had. Why? Because he's the chosen people of God. And the chosen people of God have always known from the very beginning the rules, laws, instructions that the Most High God laid down for us to follow, so the other nations can follow after us as we rule. You see here, his servant is not an Israelite. His servant is a cat who is a heathen. He's from another nation. Nonetheless, he's Abraham's servant. And this heathen, Abraham's servant, prayed to the Most High. And what did he say? I am a servant of your servant Abraham, and I pray thee for thy servant Isaac, his son. And he's a heathen praying to the Lord. And the Lord answered his prayer. Why? Because it had to do with God's will. God's will be done that his children do not marry outside of their race. Dr. King's will was for you to marry outside of your race. The Democratic Party, the Republican Party, America wants you to marry outside of your race, your church, your pastor. But that is not God's will, which is why God granted this servant, this heathen servant of Abraham, God's servant Abraham, he allowed him to find Rebekah, a daughter out of Abraham's family, from Isaac's family. So Isaac is marrying his sister, bone of thy bone, flesh of thy flesh, his rib. This is a sister, Eve. This isn't some heathen woman. This isn't Farrah Fawcett. This isn't Marilyn Monroe. This isn't Kim Kardashian. This is Shaniqua. This sister, she's a sister. You understand? This is Shaniqua. This is, Lil Kim. That's what that is, a sister from around your way. This is a sister out of your own flesh. A sister from bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh. She's literally from the family of Isaac. Everyone understand? So let's keep going. Remember that miscegenation, Interracial marriage is not only a sin, like any other sin, it destroys your nation. It destroys your people. That's what happens to any great civilization or society. Interracial marriage happens, and then what happens? The society goes downhill from there. Why? Because these people that you're marrying outside of your race are not your people. They don't have the same God you have. They don't have the same rules and same laws and same love of your people that you have. That's why God wants only the people who are of that family to deal with each other. That's why he only wants Africans with Africans, Asians with Asians, whites with whites, and Israelites with Israelites. Why? Because that is the way he decided life to be. There are borders for a reason. And the border of our people, the border for a people is within your people. Outside of that, you're going outside of your border. You marry outside of your race like Kanye West and Terrence Howard and Tiger Woods, you're now going outside of the borders that God allowed you to dwell in. You have borders for a reason. Borders keep your nation and country safe. When you go outside of those borders and start to explore with other heathens and with other nations, you're going to destroy your country, your nation. Everyone understand? This is just simple. This is just simple self-preservation. You marry outside of your race, pretty soon you won't have a race left. But as long as you keep your family pure, your nation pure, your people pure, you're always going to be a nation that loves God, that obeys the Lord, that does what the Lord says. Your traditions will get passed down. Your language will get passed down. Your culture will get passed down. What you wear, how you dress, how your hair is supposed to be, how the way you talk to your father, the way you talk to your mother, respect for your spouse. These are things that are within each country, each nation, each people. But when you go outside of that to marry outside of that people, outside of your people and outside of your race, those things get lost. That's what happened during the days of King Solomon. That's what happened during the days of the Civil Rights Movement. Our culture was lost. Why? Because we decided to marry outside of our nation. Everyone understand? This is Genesis chapter 24 and verse 18. In the Hebrew, Watha Amar, Shatha, Adunya, Watha Mahat, Salakia, Watha Mahar, Watha Rad, Kada, Al, Yada, Watha Salakia, Watha Shakwa, Watha Shakwa Hawa, Watha Shakwa Hawa, verse 19. Watha Call, La Shakwathwa, Laha Shakwathwa, Watha Amar, Gam, Lagamaliak, Lagamaliak, Asha'ab, Id, Ein, Kalawa, Lashathath, verse 20. Watha Mahar, Watha Ire, Kadah, Al, Hashakwath, Watha Ratazah, Iwad, Al, Haba'ar, Lasha'ab, Watha Sha'ab, Lakal, Gamaliwa, verse 21. Waha'ayash, Mashatha, La, Makaryash, Ladaif, Hahatazala, Salakia, Tazalayach, Hahatazalayach, Yahweh, Durakwa, La'ah, verse 22. Wayaya, Kashar, Kalawa, Hagamalium, Lashathawath, Wayahwach, Ha'ayash, Nazam, Zahab, Bakwai, Mashakwalwa, Washanya, Tazamayadyam, Al, Yadaya, Aishara, Zahab, Mashakwalam, verse 23. Wayamar, Bath, Maya, Ath, Hagayadya, Na'a, Laya, Hayash, Bayath, Abayak, Makwam, Lanawa, Lalayan, 24. Wathamar, Aliwa, Bath, Bathawal, Anakia, Ban, Malakah, Ashar, Yalada, uh, Lanachar. All right. We're in Genesis chapter 24 and verse 18. And she said, "Drink, my lord." And she hasted and let down her pitcher upon her hand and gave him drink. Sidebar, just to let you know that contrary to popular belief, I keep shaking this Salakia. I'm gonna keep it still. Contrary to popular belief, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women are the most hospitable women out of every nation on the earth. There is a lie that's been told by social media and by modern culture, a lie from our oppressor, that Black and Hispanic women are loudmouth B words. When that's not the case, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women, when they're not under oppression, are the most hospitable. Even under oppression, they are the most hospitable and kindest women that you're going to find. Women who are willing to look out for you, look out for your children like they're their own children. But because we're oppressed, sisters have lost their way as far as, their kindness and their sweet spirit. But nonetheless, this is a sister during this time where there is no oppression of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So this is a sister in her righteous state, Rebecca. And so she's a kind, sweet woman, not like the other women, the other nations of women who are around that well getting water. This is an old, kind, sweet sister right here, an Israelite sister, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman, which means she is the kindest and sweetest woman you're going to find. Kinder than some white woman who's going to chop your rod off like Lorena Bobbitt. That is not a woman you want to marry. That's not a kind woman. The oppressor's women are not kind, contrary to popular belief. The oppressor lied to us, making us think white women are the ones who are kind and sweet and nice and loving, when they're the ones who are going to lie and say you raped them. White women are the ones who's going to lie and chop your rod off when you sleep, like Lorena Bobbitt did her husband. Black women wouldn't do something like that. Will she key to your car? You know why she'll key your car? Because she's oppressed. The same reason you're willing to leave your children and be a deadbeat father is the same reason she'll be a deadbeat mother. We're both oppressed. Both the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men and our counterparts are sisters. So before you go and choose a villain, choose the white man as the villain, because he's the one who created these conditions so that Black women could put a brother on child support. Those conditions were created by our oppressor. You know why there are so many Black men in prison? Because those conditions were created by our oppressor. Both Black men and Black women are both victims of a crime that have been committed against us for 400 years. So before you go and listen to pop culture or some jaded Black men or jaded Hispanic men, before you go and listen to bitter Black women, what you should do is realize that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. The nature of our sisters are sweet and kind and nice. And even though our sisters are oppressed, they're still the best woman out there. They're still from your bone, your flesh, your rib. They're still your family, and she's still your sister, nonetheless. Everyone understand? This sister Rebecca was a nice, kind, sweet sister. And Abraham's servant is seeing this, and he sees that this is a sister here. This isn't some heathen. This is a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman, Rebecca. This is the perfect woman for his son, Isaac, to marry. Everyone understand? Verse 19. And when she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw water for thy camels also, until they have done drinking. You see that? A white woman would look at you like you are her slave. White women are Karens and evil and nasty pieces of garbage. That's what white women are, just like their male counterparts. You think this whole time it's all been white men is terrible. White women are equally or not worse than white men. You understand? Like they're just as disgusting as their husbands and their fathers and their brothers and their nephews. Everyone understand? But this is a sister here. She says she's going to not only give him something to drink, but when he's done drinking, she's also going to give his camel something to drink. This is the spirit that a sister is supposed to be in. This is the spirit that our sisters have when they're not oppressed. This is that same spirit that Judith had, the same spirit Esther had, the same spirit the sister with the 7 sons had in the Bible. Like our sisters are kind and sweet. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women are kind and sweet and caring and loving and understanding. You seen a sister with taking care of kids that are not hers? She's looking after those babies. Hey, make sure he's got a hat on his head. Make sure she's covered up. Put a scarf on that child. Like that old school, sweet Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman spirit is the same spirit that this sister Rebecca had. Everyone understand? Let's keep going. Verse 21. And the man wondering at her held his peace, to wit whether the Most High had made his journey prosperous or not. Verse 22. And it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden earring of half a shekel weight, and 2 bracelets for her hands of 10 shekels weight of gold. Verse 23. And said, whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee, is there room in thy father's house for us to lodge in? This brother here, or this servant of Abraham, remember, he's scouting a sister for his servant, for his master's, his Lord's son, Isaac. Abraham was his Lord, was his master, and he's his servant. So he's on a mission from his Lord, Abraham, to find some sister from his family, from his master's family, to marry to his son. And he sees this sister, Rebecca, how kind and sweet she is. He's literally looking at the Most High answer his prayers. Remember, on the traveling to this city, that servant prayed to the Most High God for him to help him find a wife for his Lord's son, for Isaac. And guess what? He's literally witnessing the Most High God answering his prayers. So what did he was so intrigued, and he was so enamored with this sister, because this is the mission he's on. He asked this sister, who is your father? Which is so one West, which is very, very, very Black and Hispanic. That's our culture. Hey, who's your dad? Your father's reputation means something to the Lord. It means something in our nation. Our problem is America have taught us who your daddy is don't matter. You are what your mother is. That's a lie, and that's not in the Bible. God goes off of who the father is, because the man carries the seed. That's science, brother. And so our culture, who's your dad? Not saying your mother doesn't matter, but you don't come from the seed of your mother. You come from the seed of your dad. So who your father is like, okay, this brother here is a good brother. Who's your dad? This sister here is a nice, sweet sister. She was raised correctly, which means what? Her father did a lot of good parenting with this girl. This father did a lot of good parenting with this boy. So your father, his name is going to be brought up. I am son of so-and-so. I'm son of Mashak Mayam, who is the son of Commander General. That is the culture of our people. To announce your father, state your registry. You understand? Malak, Bun Yahweh, the Bun Yasha'Allah. That is our culture. So this is a heathen who knows this, because he's raised up in Abraham's house as his servant. So he knows, who's your dad? Does your father have any room in his lodge? Does he have any room at y'all's crib, at your house? Is there any room for me to come and examine you more? Because that is what he's doing. He's on a mission to find a wife for his master's son, Isaac. And so now he's on a mission, and he's looking at this sister. She's caught his attention. So now what is he going to do? He's got to go and pursue her for his master's son. Everyone understand? So what does he ask? Whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee, is there room in thy father's house for us to lodge in? Is there any room at your dad's house? You see, our culture is very protective of women and children. Unlike America. America allows women and children to get kidnapped. And there are industries that are built on children getting kidnapped, women getting kidnapped, and America benefits from it. America benefits off the kidnapping of children and human trafficking. They benefit off of prostitution. They benefit off of, homicide. This country is a country that is built and benefits from sin, not in our culture. Our culture is your dad home? Let me speak to your father. Where is your father? Before I pursue this conversation, ask your dad, is there any room in his house for me to stay? I'm a weary traveler who is on the road. It's very masculine, our culture. Why? Because men are protectors, not the women. America have you thinking a woman could go and get an M16, an M4, HK416 and join the oppressor's military, and now she's a soldier. That is not of God. A woman has no business being a soldier or anything that has to do with protecting anything. She's supposed to be Rebecca, some sweet, kind, loving mother, sister, daughter, who's just going to busy herself with the work of her family to increase her family, to increase her father's reputation, to one day be given to a man who she will now be his baby girl, be his rib, be his wife, and now she will increase her husband's reputation. That's the duty of a woman. Not to go and fight in some wars or fight some oppressor who's trying to break into your house when you have a husband there. That is the father or husband's job. Other nations knew that about us, and we, of course, knew that about ourselves. That is our culture. This brother is here. Go, let me speak to this brother. Like, men don't just go and have a full-out conversation with a woman about her whereabouts. That is not how our nation runs and functions. That will prevent child abduction and women being abducted. Some man is just coming up to your wife in the store and she's got kids and he's just having this conversation with her. No, that brother should be like, well, where's your husband at? If a man has an issue with this woman, his first question should be, where is your father or where is your husband? Where is the man that is responsible for you? Everyone understand? Like, this whole entire nation has things out of whack. This nation has things backwards. You're going to ask somebody, well, where's your mama? You don't ask no child, where's their mama? Where's your daddy? Where is your father? You ask a grown woman, where is your father? Where is your husband? There has to be some man responsible for you. That is our culture. Everyone understand? Verse 23, verse 24. And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, which she bare unto Nahor. All right. Genesis chapter 24, verse 25. It's in the Hebrew. Watha Amar, Alyawa, Gam, Thaban, Gam, Matapawaa, Rab, I'm Noah, Gam, Makawam, Lalawan. Verse 26. Wayaquad, Hayash, Wayashathakwa, Layahawa. Verse 27. Salaki, Wayamar, Salaki, Barawak, Yahweh, Alahaya, Adanya, Abraham, Ashar, La'ah, Izab, Chasadwa, Mathwa, Ma'aim, Adanya, Anakia, Badarak, Nechanya, Salakia, Yahweh, Bayath, Achaya, Adanya, verse 28. Watharatazah, Hana'ar, Wathagad, Labayath, Amah, Kadabarium, Ha'alah, verse 29. Walarabakwa, Ath, Washamawa, Laban, Wayaratazah, Laban, Al, Hayash, Hakawataza, Al, Ha'ayan. That started at verse 30, right? Started at 25. I started at 25, so I got a ways to go. One more verse. Wayahaya, Kara'ath, Ath, Hanazam, Wa'ath, Hatazamadyam, Al, Yadya, Achathwa, Waka Shemayawa, Ath, Dabaria, Rabat Salaki, Wabakwa, Achathwa, La'amar, Ka, Dabar, Aliyah, Hayash, Wayaba'a, Al, Hayash, Wahana, Imad, Al, Hagamalyam, Al, Ha'ayan. Verse 31. Wayamar, Bawa'a, Barawak, Yahweh, Lama, Ha'imad, Bachawataza, Wa'anakia, Panayathia, Habayath, Wamakwam, Lagamalium. All right, that's it. That's actually it. All right, this is Genesis chapter 24, verse 25. She said, moreover, unto him, we have both straw and provender enough, and room to lodge in. Verse 26. And the man bowed down his head and worshiped the Most High. The Most High answered this cat's prayers. Verse 27. And he said, blessed be the Most High power of my master Abraham, who have not left destitute my master of his mercy and his truth. I being in the way, the Most High led me to the house of my master's brethren. And the damsel ran and told them of her mother's house these things. Verse 29, and Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban. And Laban ran out unto the man, unto the well. Verse 30, and it came to pass, when he saw the earring and bracelets upon his sister's hands, and when he heard the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, thus spake the man unto me, that he came unto the man, and behold, he stood by the camels at the well. And he said, come in, thou be blessed of the Most High, wherefore standest thou without? For I have prepared the house and room for the camels. Remember, this is back in the day where there wasn't any phones or emails. So Laban, Rebekah's brother, which is important to remember for later in the scriptures when we read about Jacob and his ribs, Laban, Rebekah's brother, he's seeing this cat who's coming with these camels with his sister. And he sees the bracelets and the rings on her. He sees this man did this, which means what? That he's trying to get this woman. He's trying to get her, not for himself, which he's going to later find out before his master, Abraham. Now, you were going to keep reading, so I ain't going to spoil it, but we'll keep reading. But what does that show you? They didn't have phones and emails. There was no warning for this man to be coming and for him to prepare rooms. So what does this teach you about Israel? What does this teach you about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, our forefathers and our people? We are a very hospitable people. There was no way he knew somebody was on their way to come and stay with them and lodge with them that night. He had to prepare a room that moment for this stranger to come and dwell with him. Like, that is very important to understand. Why? Because we are not a selfish people. He didn't say, oh, you got to go find an inn. Go find an innkeeper. Go find a Motel 7. Go find a Holiday Inn. That's not what he told him. Laban did not tell this stranger this. He saw this cat with his sister and said, what? Let me make a place. You have a place here prepared for you tonight. Which means what? He had to go and prepare that place that moment. That's a hospitable people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. People who are not trying to cheat you, or people who are not trying to lie to you. People who are not going to see you on your way out and say, you can't stay here. Damn sure not a nation of people who's going to shoot you through the door when you go and knock on the door like that devil did to that young brother here in Kansas City last year. He knocked on the wrong door, and so the oppressor shot through the door and shot the brother in the head. A 17-year-old boy. That's not the nation of Israel. We're going to come to the door and see who's at my door. Who is this person? Does he need a place to stay? Does he need some money, to some funds to get on his way? Is he out of gas? Does he need help with fixing his car? Did his car broke on the side of the road? Is his camels in need? His horses in need? We are a hospitable and loving and caring people. Everyone understand? And that just goes to show it, because there was no emails for his sister, Rebekah, to tell him, hey, I got this cat on the way. He needs a place to stay. He saw a stranger who had a need, and he filled his need. That's the nation of Israel. Everyone understand? All right. All right, we're done with that. Let's go on to the next 7. This is Genesis chapter 24 and verse 32. We'aba'ah, ha'ayash, habayathia, salakia, habayatha, we'apathach, hagamalyam, we'athan, Thaban, Wamasapwa, Lagamalium, Wamayam, Larachataza, Regalia, Waragalia, Ha Nashiam, Ashar, Athawa. Verse 33. Wayasham, Lapunya, Laakal, Wayamar, La'ah, Akal, Ide, Dabarathia, Dabaria, Wayamar, Dabar, verse 34. Wayamar, Ibad, Abraham, Anakia, verse 35. Wayahawa, Barak, Ath, Adunya, Ma'ad, Gadal, Wayathan, Lawa, Tazaan, Wabakor, Wakasap, Wazaha, Wa'ibad, Salakia, Wa'ibadam, Washapakath, Wagamalayim, Wakamariam, verse 36. Wathalad, Shara, Ashath, Adunya, Ban, La Adunya, Aharya, Zakonath, Wathan, Lawa, Ath, Kal, Ashar, Lawa, verse 37. Shabayna, Adunya, La'amar, La'ah, Fequach, Ashar, Asha, Labunya, Mabanawath, Hakananya, Ashar, Anakia, Yeshab, Baratazawa, verse 38. La'ah, Al, Bayath, Abiyah, Thalak, Wa'al, Mashabathia, Walakwakath, Asha, Labunya. All right. Went too far. Yeah, here we go. Verse 32. And the man came into the house, and he ungirded his camels, and gave straw and provender for the camels, and water to wash his feet, and the men's feet that were with him. And there was set meat before him to eat. But he said, I will not eat until I have told mine errand. And he said, speak on. Verse 33. And there was Salakia. Verse 34. And he said, I am Abraham's servant, and the Most High hath blessed my master greatly, and he has become great, and he hath given him flocks and herds and silver and gold and men servants and maid servants and camels and asses. And Sarah, my master's wife, bare a son to my master when she was old. And unto him hath he given all that he had. Salakia. And my master made me swear, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife to my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, and whose land I dwell. But thou shalt go unto my father's house and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son. All right. Genesis chapter 4 and 39. In the Hebrew. Wa'amar, Al, Adunya, Al-Yah, La'ah, Thalak, Ha'asha, Acharya, verse 40. Wa'amar, Al-Yah, Yahweh, Ashar, Hathahalakha, Salakia, Hathahalakathia, Lapunyua, Yashalach, Mala'akwa, Athak, Wa'atazalayak, Dorakak, Walakwakath, Asha, Labunya, Mama Shapakathia, Wamabayath, Abiyah, verse 41. Az, Thanaqua, Ma'alafia, Kaya, Thaba'a, Al, Mashapakathia, Wa'am, La'ah, Yathanua, Lak, Wahayayath, Nakoya, Ma'alafia, verse 42. Wa'aba'a, Hayawam, Al, Hayan, Wa'amar, Yahweh, Alahaya, Adunya, Abraham, Yeshak, Na'ah, Matazalayak, Darakia, Ashar, Anakia, Halak, Aliyah, verse 43. Hana, Anakia, Natazah, Al, Ayan, Hamayam, Wahaya, Ha'ilama, Hayataza'ath, Lasha'ab, Wa Marathya, Alya, Alya, Hashakoyanya, Na'a, Ma'ait, Mayum, Makadak, verse 44. Wa Mara, Alya, Gam, Atha, Shatha, Wagam, Lagamalyak, Asha'ab, Hawa'a, Ha'asha, Ashar, Hachayach, Yahweh, Laban, Adanya, verse 45. Anya, Taram, Akala, Ladabar, Al, Labya, Wahana, Rabak, Salaki, Rabakwa, Yatazaath, Wakada, Al, Shakama, Watharad, Hayana, Wathasha'ab, Salaki, Dasha'ab, Wathasha'ab, Wa'amar, Aliyah, Hashakoyanya, Na'a. All right. Let's go to Genesis chapter 25, and this is. Oh, so I'm still in 24. I don't know why I said 25. Genesis 24, and we're at 39. And I said unto my master, Salakia, it's my fault. And I said unto my master, peradventure, the woman will not follow me. And he said unto me, the Most High before whom I walk will send his angel with thee, and prosper thy way. And thou shalt take a wife for my son of my kindred, and of my father's house. Verse 41. Then shalt thou be clear from this my oath, when thou comest to my kindred. And if they give not thee one, thou shalt not be clear from my oath. What is he talking about? Abraham told his servant, when you go and find this sister for my son to marry, Isaac to marry, when you go, she cannot be, he laid down provisions. She can't be a heathen. She can't be Canaanite. She has to be from my father's house. She has to be a woman from my family, blood of my blood, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. You're getting a rib for my son to marry. So these are the provisions. This is what you have to follow. She can't be this. She can't be this. She has to be this. All right. He also told his servant, if you go out and you on this journey and you find this sister from this house from my family, and they do not give you to if they don't give her to you, then you are free from this oath, meaning you're done with this mission. You can come back. Everyone understand? Verse 42, and I came this day unto the well and said, O most high power of my master Abraham, if now thou do prosper my way which I go, behold, I stand by the well of water, and it shall come to pass. And when the virgin cometh forth to draw water, and I say to her, give me, I pray thee, a little water of thy pitcher to drink. And she say to me, both drink thou, and I will also draw for thy camels. Let the same be the woman whom the Most High hath appointed out for my master's son. Verse 45. And before I had done speaking in my heart, behold, Rebekah came forth with her pitcher on her shoulder, and she went down into the well and drew water. And I said unto her, let me drink, I pray thee. All right. With that, I imagine just me up here. All right. So let this camera up some. All right, there we go. Laya Shala. I imagine everyone stand. Wapunya Hakwadam, which means to rise and face the east. All right. the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathalanawa, Lacham, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawafnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawafinawa, Wala'ah, Tabayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Watapara, Lai, Walamyam, Aman, in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh b'Hashem Yahushai, Babakushai, Nathalanawa. Hakak, La'apa'ah. Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakwim, Hamathiam, Hakak, Arakawa, Hatamala, the Garashan, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, the water Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. The prayer to bless Israel in Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wayashala, Wahab, Bayatsapariam, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, the water Aman. What we just said was Yahweh in the name of Yahushai, bless us and Israel in the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Psalms chapter 121 in the Hebrew. Asha, Ayanya, Al-Haharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shemarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yashala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yanyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaika, Wayarach, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Ra, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazathka, Wabawarka, Ma'itha, Wa'ai, Awulam, Aman. In English, I will lift mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayalaka, Al Dacharash, wa Al Dashakwat, Al Kayahana, Awayabuka, Yahamiyawan, wa Mashanayaka, Nashawa, Ra'ash, Al-Imaka, Yarayamwa, Sawad, Wayathayai Tazawad, Altazapawanyaka, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakakida, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yashala, Iwad, Kaya, Nawai Tazawa, Lab, Yakhadwa, Alyaka, Baryaf, Yakawathwa, Ahawya, Adawam, Wayashama'alia, Mawaba, Wahagaryam, Gabal, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalak, Palashath, Am Yashabi, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadian, Kasaya Sarah, Kayabian, Bankhal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayanda Ara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayathamwa, Nadayamawa, Ka'ira, Wakazaba, Wakazabak, Wakazalmanai, Kaunasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Ath, Nawath, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayathamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Ka'ash, Daba Ira, Wakalahaba, Thalahat, Harm, Salaki, Haryam, Khan, Tharadatma, Basairaka, Wasawapathka, Tabahalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Waya Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Waya Bahalwa, Ayai, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahweh, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al Kaha, Rataza, Aman. In English, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeb, yea, all their princes as Abah and as Amunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, who's them alone, is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it. The blessings for the power structure in Hebrew. Barak atah Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shai, wa Mayak Allah, wa Alahayim, Matazavia, Alawapyahana, ha Alawapyam, ha Saranyam, ha Quatazayanim, ha Kayayoyim, wa ha Quathian, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, for Wadaman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Sar, which means to turn. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, I'm Adam Shabbat, I'm Manya, Barak, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, broke a thumb. Yahweh Matai, sisters, Sar, face the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, I'm Adam Shabbat, I'm Manya, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Al-Thun, Bashim Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Matai, dismissed.